Hello again. Am I live now? I don't know. Can somebody possibly... Hello Jess, how are you? Can you hear me all right? I'm having great problems here. YouTube and OBS aren't playing very good. Oh good, okay mate. Hello Stuart, how are you? Nice to see you. I just got to do something here a minute, and I was having a problem using my trackpad. Useless. Hello John, how are you? Hello Steve Ellis, BG Thompson, thank you for coming back. And CDA Wood Turning, hiya, good afternoon to you. A bit of an impromptu on this, as you can tell by the lack of professionalism in setup. I just want to check the cameras now because I had to unplug one of the cameras to get my mouse plugged in, because I can't use the touchpad on my... No, the mouse isn't working. I tell you what. No, of course the mouse isn't working because I've disconnected it. Right, let's just see. That's camera one. Yeah, that's okay. And that's me. That's good. Okay, Simon Jones. Hi Simon. Tony Smith. Hello there. Nice to see you. Welcome. Oh, that's my pleasure, John. Glad you got him, mate. Glad you got him. You'll notice a bit here, a bit bright there. I've got to sort the lighting out there. Is the lavalier mic all right? Is the quality okay on it? Alex, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Hello Alan, how are you? And Brian, hello mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done some turning, Jess. Well, one piece pieces anyway, they always seem to go flying. Sound is great. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. I'll leave it a couple of minutes before I get started. What I intend to do today, this is why it's a little bit impromptu. For those of you who weren't here, you might have heard on social media that my goblet decided to go and try for its pilot's license. These things happen. So I've got another piece of chestnut mounted between centres, and I'm going to get hopefully to the same position I was there and just carry on that, finish the goblet, just so you'll see how I do the stem and the foot. That's my idea for today, just to finish off that. It shouldn't be too long, shouldn't be boring you for long, so hopefully that's what I'll do. I'll just go to the overhead, but I keep using the mouse now, but I haven't got the mouse. Right. It's the same, it's a piece of chestnut. The dimensions are virtually the same. It's 9 inches by 3 inches square, and that's what I intend to do the goblet out of. Steve Jeremiah, hello mate, how are you? I'm glad you got faith in me, at least someone has. Apart from all, I've always been absolutely useless at using the the touchpad on a laptop. But because of the mic, just to bore you with the details, I couldn't get my my other lavalier mics to work because they got a jack, and this new laptop stupidly has only got a headphone jack. Anyway, I couldn't convert it to anything else. So hello Stuart. You're my first YouTube turning teacher, closely followed by Martin Saban Smith. And I can't thank you. My pleasure. And I'm glad that it was of some use, that I'm some use to you. I'm not much use to for much else. Hello Martin Saban Smith, wood turning, how are you? Nice to see you, Martin. I had a bit of a problem earlier on. I'm glad you weren't on, because you'd have been ringing me and telling me what I was doing wrong. Yeah, to be honest with you, Mr. Alan Mullock, if things go wrong, it doesn't really matter, because hopefully you learn from it. I've been trying to learn from my mistakes for 8 years, and I'm still haven't learned. on the last one, and this is an excuse, I had a look at it, and yes, it was definitely in 2 pieces. No, I had a look at it, and the situation was that, I don't, well, for those of you that were watching, I took away the tennis ball and the support at the end, and I hadn't turned my lathe down to nothing. So when I turned the lathe back on again, it started spinning at about 1400 revs, started a bit of a wobble. Well, of course, that just accentuated and it flew off. What I should have done, which I didn't on this occasion, I should have started it from very low revs up until it started to move a bit. But anyway, you know, these things happen. Martin, I was there, Mike. I saw the little problem, the joys of watching quietly in the background. Yes, Matt, I totally agree with you. But it was a good excuse, Martin, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought so. I've been thinking all day what to say. Hello, David. How are you? What I intend to do today, so it shouldn't be too long, and then hopefully another one in the week. So this is really for the newer turners, if you like, that want to see how I can mess it up at the other end. Hello, Dave Rothwell. How are you? Good day, sir. Nice to see you. I'll start turning in about 3 or 4 minutes. Just hope maybe some other people might turn up. Can I just ask you again? Are the overhead cams all right? That's the end cam, and that is the overhead cam. So I think they're okay, all in focus and everything. Feed failure. No, I don't know what happened just now. I just started streaming in the OBS software, and it wasn't communicating with YouTube for some reason. Alex says, Mike, it was good that this thing was a YouTube live and not a live demo. Well, I do it at live demos as well, Alex. The venue is really immaterial. I can do it wherever I am. I can actually break stuff without even turning the lathe on, so you know. Okay, I think what I'll do actually is I'll start just roughing this down to round, basically forming the cup, and then hollowing that out, and then get to the stem bit, and then I'll stop. And any questions? So any questions that you're asking now when I'm turning, I won't unfortunately be able to see. Okay, so I'll start with the overhead camera. Actually, if I remove my mouse, that might be an idea, because I keep going to it and it's not connected. So let's move that over there, and let's go. Let's see, anybody else in? No, Peter Fuller. Hello, Peter. How are you? And as I say, I won't be looking at the chat now. We're going to have a go at turning. Okay, so I got this piece of chestnut, as I've said. Oh, safety gear on. I'm going to be using a spindle roughing gouge, and turn the lathe on, and just going to start roughing this down to round, turning about 1400 revs. Just light cuts. If ever you move the tool rest nearer to the work, always make sure that you turn off your lathe, like we all do all the time. Now, I didn't do that on purpose, but you saw the wood spin, and I was explaining on my previous video that that's why I really like to use stem centers, because they will avoid you having a large catch. So for the newer turner, they are a very good idea. I just like using them anyway, out of a matter of habit. So just start again. Nearly there, one more pass. That'll do. Okay, so we got it to round. I'll now use my parting tool to form a tenon so I can put it into the 4-jaw chuck. My calipers are set at the diameter that I'm looking for. Now, I said in the other video that if you're a newer turner, possibly putting your calipers to the work as it's spinning is not a good idea to begin with. These calipers have actually, I've rounded over the ends there, and I do tend to do it when it's spinning, but for the sake of this video I'll just do it the safer way, let's put it that way. Now I know the depth of my jaws, and I know that it's 1 and a bit of my parting tool width. Make sure that shoulder's nice and square. And now to put the dovetail on, I've got an old skew which I've just ground to the correct angle, so it's a case of just pushing in at 90 degrees and it'll form the dovetail, and that is the exact dimension. Now the only thing I've got to ensure is that